Nobody Cares. I'm here with a future Hall of Famer, future first ballot Hall of Famer, Luke Kuechly, joining me. Hey, Luke, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I don't know. Yeah, great. I don't know whose water this is. We're going to move it. Do you know that guy back there?
Sir Purry's trying to stay dry. He was doing the same thing. We played Atlanta this year, and it was freezing. And he was out there in his
I like that you
rain
still say
jacket.
we.
He's ready to
You
go.
just make me so happy with the wheeze. You look like Superman. You just look like an action figure. Do you know that?
No.
Oh my God. I feel like he's stealing the attention. I feel like he's a little bit of a ham. That's all I'm going to say. But he can chill back there. We are in Carolina. What does it feel like when you come out here and you see this? What kind of energy goes through your body?
I just think about all the fun times that we had out here, just games. We were out here for an off-season program, for our speed program. And I just think about all the fun times we had, the wins, the playoff games we had. I remember when we made the playoff run in 2015, how much energy and how much fun it was. We had a really cool playoff game here in 2014. It was rainy. We played the Cardinals. It was cold. The fans were super into it. It was kind of foggy. And the energy at that game was just so fun. So when I sit here and I look at the stadium, I can run through plays in my mind of this corner and that corner. And Thomas
What's the one? Tell me what is the one memory?
The one that sticks in my head right now, because I'm looking to that end zone down there. Greg Olsen had a one-handed catch against Seattle in 2015 in the playoffs. His jersey came off his shoulder pads. He stood up, looked in the crowd, flipped the ball over his shoulder, and it was awesome because we get to see everything. You get to sit on the bench. I would sit next to Thomas on the bench, and we got to see everything.
Fun.
We were like fans of the offense in Cam and the offense when they're on the field, but that's the first thing I think of is that Greg catch in the end zone against Seattle.
I think I'm looking at Steve. I've never been here.
It's great.
But I'm seeing you. I'm seeing Steve Smith years. I'm seeing that crazy Josh Norman year where he took away all my fantasy points. And
he had a really
league.
cool interception against the Saints in that corner down there to win the game.
I love that you're pointing to where it is on the field.
I can see it. You said, like, when you think about the stadium, what do you think about? It's very vivid memories, and I can see him catching it. We were in white jerseys. They threw a ball over his head, and he was completely horizontal and caught the ball, and it was Josh had a pick week 1 against Jacksonville. I think that was maybe week 3. I think that was week 3. He had another one.
You're unbelievable. I know that you're doing your thing. You're coaching. I'm so happy to see you here back at in Carolina, in Charlotte for this. Is there any world where like Canales is like, come here, coach, be part of it? Do you miss being part of this?
I just miss being around all the guys. I mean, that's the fun part about today is there's all the people behind the cameras here that I grew up here with in Carolina are all here, and we just had so much fun. So yeah, I'd love to be a part of it. We'll kind of see what happens there. Greg Olsen and I are coaching little kid football again this year, so we got to make sure that we have plenty of time for that.
I know you and Greg Olsen are like you guys need to.
It's so fun, and Greg's dad too. We have a good group.
Greg's dad's also
Greg's
coaching?
dad's the offensive coordinator and does a fantastic job.
I was just talking to Coach Dave Canales. I've never met him before. He brings in a 32-year-old offensive coordinator. Of course, Dave's going to be calling plays. He keeps some stability on the defensive side, a top 5 scoring defense from last year. I got really hyped about Bryce Young's chances. I know I've talked to you about him before, and you like what you've seen out of the young quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that stood out to me last year was just toughness, and I've talked about it before. He got hit a lot. He got knocked down a lot.
115 hits.
Always got up, always ran off the field. Next series, always came out. And you can say what you want about how the season went. Obviously, there was some stuff going on last year, but he is tough. He's competitive. He loves football, and I think we're all excited for Bryce and continuity and Canales coming in, and I think we got a lot to be excited about.
Tell me about Charlotte. Where do I need to go? I'm here for the day.
Man.
You and I are coming back to do a Chalk Talk. We're, of course, celebrating FanDuel's partnership, a multi-year partnership as the official sports betting partner of the Carolina Panthers. It's all happening March 11th. We're here to sort of celebrate that. But give me like the lowdown on where I need to go in Charlotte. Andy Roddick told me Raining Donuts. It's like a little spot, I think.
Okay.
Hey, Haberdish.
That's a restaurant. And
is it good?
It's good.
Okay, what else? Give me some spots.
Another spot over there. Well, it's not over there. It's an Italian spot. Everandalo is really good.
Okay.
Oku is a sushi restaurant in South End. That's not too far from here.
I spoke to Cam Jordan today, and I showed him the field, and I was just, he's like,
he's probably got some different memories than
he does. He was like, don't show me that field. I don't want to see it. But he said it's really a hopping city that's growing and is really amazing.
It's fantastic. Charlotte's a great spot, and there's a reason that I'm still here. I love the people. I love the city, and for the most part, it's really pretty out. We got a rainy day here, but it's about to be really nice.
Okay, we've got some free agency to look forward, the draft, of course, to look forward to. Anything you're pushing for? I mean, the Teppers are in the building.
Yeah.
You like take this person with the first, but anything you want to see happen?
At the draft, I always look at linebackers, and there's a guy that I loved watching for a long time up at NC State, Peyton Wilson.
Okay.
He ran extremely well. He was in the 4.4s, and he's been super productive, and he plays really hard.
I feel like he gets comps to you, which is like crazy. Look at this.
There we go.
They did this on NFL Network. I hate player comps, by the way.
He's taller than me, and he's faster than me, and he's going to be in the NFL. So I'm jealous of those guys. All these guys that are coming out, you talk to them, and they're like, what would you change? What would you do differently? I said, I'm just so jealous of you guys. And I had so much fun playing football. Look at him run right there. He's got great hair. He's jacked. He looks
He's
good.
got great hair. He's jacked.
But I miss playing. I enjoyed it so much. We had a great group of guys here, and that's what I tell these guys is just have fun, man. Enjoy it. Take a step back every once in a while and just see how fortunate you are to be in the NFL.
Did you do that?
No, that's one thing I wish I would have told him. I wish I would have taken a step back. So didn't really answer your question, but I like Peyton Wilson. I've liked him a lot. He's obviously right up the street in Raleigh at NC State.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Just putting that energy out there, everybody here with the Panthers. Your draft process. Do we have Luke's 40? Do we have any of that action? I'd love to see any of that. I don't know that we do. But what was your what do you remember from that time? Luke.
Look how good they are. They pulled stuff right up. So the draft prep process, it's 6 to 8 weeks, all for really just that day on the field, right? You can prep for all the meetings and the interviews and that kind of stuff. You can do all the medical, but the one thing that you do every day is work out. You're working on your strength, your speed, bench, explosiveness, ability to move. You're practicing all these drills. So for 6 to 8 weeks, on the last day of the combine, I'm going to have to perform. Mm-hmm. So when you get up there, I remember walking up there. Michael Kendricks ran before I did, and he ran like 4.42.
You're like, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, dude.
Cool.
But I remember walking in there. There's no one in the dome really, so it was chilly. I was like, I got to find a way to get warmed up. And then you get in there, and you think that the ground is going to be super flat, but everybody pretty much has the same stance. So there's a little bit of ruts where you put your feet. So I was like, this is a whole new situation than what I'm used to. So it was super exciting. It's a huge build-up for less than 5 seconds.
And you went top 10?
Tried to run fast, and it helped me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then you, of course, get drafted, I think, 9th, right?
Correct.
9th overall, 2012?
Yes.
Draft. That night was, do you feel like you went where you were supposed to go, looking back on it now?
I think situationally, I couldn't have ended up in a better spot. I just think who we had here from, Thomas Davis and John Beeson to how we did things on the defensive side of the ball. Sean McDermott's defense was perfect for me. And then obviously, Ron. Ron played linebacker for the Bears. He had Briggs and he had Urlacher and he had that really good Bears defense. He knew what it looked like. But I think the most beneficial thing for me was just, like I talked about earlier, everybody in this building is fantastic. They care about us. They treat us well. If we have issues, it's just a great spot to be.
I feel that here today.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place, and I think I was just very fortunate to end up here. So, yeah, I would like to think that this was the right place for me.
If you had to pick Thomas Davis or Greg Olsen.
That's not fair.
I'll
pick Greg on the offense side of the ball and Thomas on the defense side of the ball.
There we go. I mean, those are two of the best people you could possibly ever get to play with. And you got to play with both of them. I just think it's it's exactly where you should have been. I think you're right.
It was perfect.
Yeah. We want to play a game here.
Uh-oh.
We're in Charlotte, the Queen City, North Carolina, which you call home. We're going to play homage to this great state and celebrate a partnership. We're going to call it Carolina P's and Q's with Luke Kuechly. North Carolina was once known as the Moonshine State. Did you know that?
Did not.
Who was the biggest partier you ever played with on the Panthers?
Oh my gosh, the biggest partier.
Who got it in the most? Who's the biggest partier?
Okay, I don't know what he did off the field, but in the locker room, Mike Tolbert.
Mike
Tolbert.
The bowling ball.
Mike
I love
Tolbert,
it.
He had so much comic relief, and he was funny, and he had great music, and he'd impersonate people on Saturday walkthroughs, and we had so much fun.
What was his best impersonation?
Oh my gosh, he did. I'm gonna keep that one.
Keep that one
to myself.
The Venus flytrap.
Okay.
Is only found. Is this true? You guys, is everything pranked right now? It's only found in 2 American states, North Carolina and South Carolina. Which offensive lineman was your Venus flytrap in the NFL?
That would just grab me and hold on.
I guess. Sure.
If that's the interpretation,
Go with it.
I think Alex Mack was really good.
Alex Mack.
So I got to play against him a lot when he was in Atlanta. He was tall, he was athletic, he could move, he was really smart, and he
Okay.
seemed like he was always in that scheme that Shanahan ran when Shanahan was there. He was always in my face, he was always in the way. He was just he's a really good player.
He's never been called a Venus flytrap, I'll tell you that much.
good
UNC
way.
Chapel Hill, the oldest state university in the U.S. You have a track record of being, I'm not saying this, frugal? You're frugal?
Okay.
You don't spend, oh yeah, you're the guy who like had a couch, right? Is it true that what was it that you bought a couch? Was like the most expensive thing you ever bought?
Yeah, for a time, yeah.
At the,
for a time.
yeah. What's the longest you've hung on to something that was long overdue to be thrown out?
Oh my gosh.
Chris Collinsworth has like jeans from the 90s that he wears. What do you got?
I've got a pair of slides, like shower shoes, that I had at Boston College that would have been my sophomore year, and they are very
That's loyal
like a
and
keepsake.
That's loyal and gross.
yeah, but they're clean.
All at
I
once.
wash them. I get them washed, but they remind me of my time at Boston College, and as weird as that sounds, they're kind of cool.
Hangover actor Zach Galifianakis lives in North Carolina. Who knew? If you could pick 4 people from the NFL to go on a hangover-style road trip with, who would they be?
Oh, 4 people from the NFL. I'd have to pick Greg. I'd probably pick Christian.
McCaffrey? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Oh man, now I
Now you gotta-
got to bring my guy Thomas.
I was going to say. So I think that's it. There's 4 of you. So there's really 3, right? There's 4 people in a world court. And then you're going to bring in Mike Tolbert for the
and
comic
Mike
relief.
will bring some good music.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, about 16 miles from us. Is it from us? No, from us. Is NASCAR a sport or a lifestyle?
I think it's both. I think it's definitely a lifestyle. When you go to those races, you see how intense these people are, how much they live it, how much they breathe it, how much they get behind drivers. I think it's a sport in the sense that it's competitive and there's a lot of stuff on the line, and there's teams, and everybody is a particular job.
Yeah.
You go from obviously the driver to then you have like the crew chief and the pit crew and the guys that change tires and put gas in. I would say it's a sport. I say it's both.
I love it. We're asking these like absolutely. There's no meaning to these questions, and you're
Yeah.
so thoughtful. You're really like I'm like we could just say not answer these, answer them quickly. You're like taking every moment to give us the actual analysis, which we love. Luke Kuechly, you're the best. We're doing a chalk talk later. I don't know what that is.
We'll figure it out.
I'm very excited. Maybe I'll ask you about Venus flytraps. Who knows? Big congratulations to the Carolina Panthers, to FanDuel for a brilliant multi-year partnership. I could not be more excited about this. I'll see you in Germany. You have to come.
That's right.
Teppers, let's go. We're going to do that. So appreciate Nicole Tepper, appreciate Coach Dave Canales, and appreciate whoever's running the graphics here at Bank of America. We'll see you guys tomorrow back in LA.